What up? This is Robert Ory.
Or three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
All right. Let's call this episode 189 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. My name is Rob Jenners. That is 7-time NBA champion and a man who likes to gloat about his betting wins, apparently.
Who are you talking about,
Robert
my man?
Ory. You said right out of the gate, by the way, jumping ahead to a topic that I didn't have on the sheet till the end of the show. I have a feeling we're going to end up going first. You're joking with Harp that you're going to win the unclassified bet. And he goes, what unclassified bet are you talking about? What bet is this that you're talking about? And it would be it would be this bet right here.
Was it on Green? Looks like it. He's headed toward the tunnel.
Yeah.
It looked like it was on Steve Kerr. We really didn't get a good, clear announcement on that tech, but it looks like Draymond Green.
Automatic ejection. 2 technicals on Draymond Green.
2 technicals on Draymond the other night. That's he's up to 4. He's up to 4 on the season. The bet was 10. I took the under. You both took the over. I went back and looked, and I made a bad bet here. I went back and looked at the numbers because I was like, how far off am I going to be? He said he's going to go under 10. He had 10 technical fouls last year. He played in just 55 games. So I was like, oh, shit. I went back and looked previous seasons, 15, 16, 14, 14, 14, 17. They're all way over 10. I'm sunk. He's at 4, and we're what, 12, 13 games into the season? Oh, no.
Yeah, you know the crazy part is about, a lot of people was calling for him to be suspended. So that might have weighed in your favor, but it don't look like he's going to get suspended.
At this point, if I'm going to win this bet, I need a suspension. I'm riding on a suspension if he's going to win this bet. Otherwise, I'm sunk completely on this one.
Yeah. I think he's going to get more emotional this year because he knows they have a great chance of doing something, elite. Think about it.
They're playing very well, by the way, out of the gate.
Nobody thought they were going to be playing this good, and they look good. They're moving the basketball. They're playing great team ball, and a lot of that has to do with Draymond. So he's going to, have that pressure on him. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Draymond might not feel any pressure, but that's going to cause him to be a little bit more emotional in my book. So he's going to get a couple more texts. He won't get tossed maybe, but he's going to get a couple more texts. He's going to make it right up to that line where if he get one more tech, he's going to be disqualified for the next game. But he's going to get over 10, man.
Just go ahead, rub it in. It's fine. Just rub it in.
all that is all well said and good. Here's the problem. We all know Draymond can say whatever he wants, and people can say whatever they want. What Draymond gets is dictated by the game. What happened, because in the midst of the game, and if it's something he don't like, Draymond has never minced his words. He's never held back. And he could be right here on the verge of getting that one more tech that gets him suspended. And if he's pissed off enough, he's going to get it.
Yeah, he'll get it.
We've seen this time and time before.
Yeah.
So I don't see it being any different. So the game will dictate what Draymond Green will get, not Draymond Green.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to lose this bet. I'm just going to go ahead at this point and offer up that this bet's probably going to be a loss on my part. I mean, I have so much stuff on the sheet this week. I mean, there's just so much going on. Obviously, we're in the thick of the season. Do you want to start with the Lakers? Just because I put the Lakers up front every week just because you work for the damn team. But you know
what I want to start with?
Where do you want to start?
I want to start with the NBA officials always putting these reports out saying, after further review, Jayson Tatum
traveled on the game-winning shot.
After further review, Julius Randle traveled. They travel every time they shoot the damn ball, so stop coming out with these reports. It just makes me angry because it's not going to do anything. It just, to me, in my eyes, it just makes everybody who is a fan of basketball more pissed off. Because it looks like okay, you don't really care about the game anymore. You don't call travel. You look at Josh Giddey's, it's an amazing dunk. That motherfucker traveled. He went behind his back and took 3 steps. They don't call it. So NBA officials, whoever is in charge of sending out these damn reports, stop sending me because it doesn't matter.
No, it matters, but it doesn't change anything. Like, you can acknowledge, hey, we screwed this up. That's fine. But the after the fact, oh, this was a travel, we should have called this. Well, they lost the game. So what's the difference? It happens in the NFL, too, where they come out and they're like, this should have been holding. Well, of course it should have been holding. There's holding on every play in the NFL. But
exactly.
You can't come out after the fact and say, oh, we missed a call, because unfortunately, it's the calls like that. It's the calls where it's the Tatum game winner or the Randall game winner, and it's like, that cost somebody a game. So what good does it do for you to come out after the fact and go, oh, yeah, we missed it?
I'd rather you not say anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, really. Show all your pride. Do what every good man does, and you take your mistake to the grave with you. Okay? You know what I mean?
Like, I'd rather you, and I've been saying this for a while, like, you coming out 30, an hour, 2 hours later after the game, saying that upon further review, like Rob was saying, like, it doesn't change anything, because what it only does is it makes people even more mad than what they already are.
Especially the team that lost.
Yeah.
Because you're like, that shouldn't have counted, and we cost us a game.
Because when you start doing that enough, okay, then something is going to have to change. Something's going to have to be reviewed. Either you're going to stop doing this, or you're going to have to they're going to have to be more ways to look at things while the game is going on. That means you're going to have to start reviewing more things, because you're going to have to stop doing that after the game, because that's not going to work.
The officiating's been kind of all over the place, too, so far this season. It really has been. It's been a bad year overall for officiating, man. College football officiating's been a mess. NFL officiating's been a mess. Did the officials all get together and go, all right, here's what we're doing? Just set the world ablaze this year. See what happens.
Yeah,
hey, man.
It is what I think it's getting to a point now where I think a lot of officials are dependent on replay. So like, shit, I don't need to do my job, because at the end of the day, you're going to go to the instant replay and we're going to figure that shit out. You know, I think they need to just say, hey, we're going to take it upon ourselves. And if the game takes 5 hours, it's going to take fucking 5 hours. You guys can't get home to your family. We can't get home to our family. We're going to call this shit the right way until you motherfuckers do what you're supposed to do and play the game the right way. So.
All right. And I'm sorry, go ahead, Harp. Did you have something else?
Nah, I mean, he's right. I think, look, you sign up to wear that striped shirt and be a zebra, there's a lot to come with it. So be prepared.
And the NBA officials, they got fucking good benefits. So shit, it ain't like you getting paid like a high school ref $50 a game. You making good damn money. So earn your paycheck and call the damn game the right way.
I should know this, and I don't. How much they make?
I don't know. So
do we know?
We can always look it up.
Yeah, I guess that's a Google question, but
a lot of them make 6 figures.
Let's see what Siri knows about. Hey Siri,
how
much do NBA officials make?
Between 150 to 55. Between 150,000 to 550,000.
So so your minimum here, your league, your vet minimum here is $150,000 a year.
You think about that. How many people in this world make $500,000?
Not many. Not many at all, actually.
$500,000 to be a ref.
If you want to count the 3 on this panel, it's 2 out of 3 don't make $500,000.
and realize this.
Hold on, I don't make $500,000
No, wait a
anymore.
minute. Hold on. They pay you well at Spectrum. They pay you well. I know that.
They don't pay me that well. This ain't TNT and Shaq and the crew.
Okay.
And think about this. This is only for this is only for the season. These guys do other things.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Like, a lot of them were like realtors and stuff, and they
teachers and all kinds of
all
stuff.
kinds of stuff. But I mean, dude, no offense. If I was making sake of argument, split the difference, $250,000 a year, being an NBA ref, that's the only shit I'm doing. I'm not teaching. I'm not working at a car dealership. That ain't happening, man. That's all.
Depending on where you live.
I guess that's true. Yeah, if you live in Robert Ory's, California, you don't have money. Yes, and I'm going to hang that on you. Yeah, I'm going to hang that on you. By the way, you brought up Shaq. Congratulations to Inside the NBA, who gets picked up by ABC and ESPN. The news broke yesterday that that show will continue. I had this feeling in the back of my brain that there was no way they were going to allow this show to just end. It's too well respected. It's too good for the sport. Like, forget TNT. That show's good for basketball. People really genuinely like and love that show. It shines a good, fun spotlight on the NBA. I think it's good for the league to have a show like that with guys who are honest and fun and goofy and really genuinely love each other, but pull no punches and don't hold anything back. And I think that is good for the league. So I'm happy for those guys. I am.
I'm very happy for them because
Yeah.
you think about this show. I think about Ernie, and I don't care about Kenny, Charles, and Chuck.
Yeah, they're gonna be
Shaq.
fine.
I just like Ernie. I like seeing Ernie. I love EJ's Nito
Nito, stat of the night.
That's one place I was going to really miss is Ernie because the other three guys, see all the time. Matter of fact, I think I'll see Kenny tomorrow. So it's just.
Oh, you gonna see Kenny? What are you doing with Kenny?
The Rockets are honoring the championship teams. But they said this is our
yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
It's been 30 years.
Is it?
So we go on one last time.
One last ride, baby.
Yeah. And then it's so good that it's like the 94 team and the 95 team.
That's nice.
Everybody's getting together and we're just gonna walk on the court and then afterwards have a nice little dinner and just have some fun.
Okay. Tell Kenny we need to have him on.
I
would love to have Kenny on. I did speak to the elusive, let's call him, Shaquille O'Neal the other night. So I did actually get a text back from that fool, and he's gonna pop on the show in the next few weeks. He said we talked it out. He's gonna hop on and catch up with everybody. And he's apologetic that he hasn't reached out to us in a while, but he's gonna come on. So I'd love to have Kenny. We get Shaq. Maybe we can pull a string or two and get Chuck and EJ and round out the little congratulations tour for all four of those guys. But good dudes, man.
I'm glad that they're I'm glad they worked that out. Which, like you said, Rob, I kind of figured that they would, whether it be with Turner or not.
Well, no, they were all pretty adamant that they were not going to go work for ESPN. They all said that, and yet here's ESPN coming in. And
I think it still will be. It's a partnership between Warner.
Turner produces the show.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still a Turner, and so here's the basics. TNT Sports will continue to independently produce inside the NBA from its Atlanta-based studios over here down the street. The settlement gives TNT Sports, Bleacher Report, and House of Highlights a global license for NBA content with no rights fee for the next 11 years. So Turner really kind of made out like a thief here. They don't have to pay any of the rights fee to the NBA. Nope. But they still get to have NBA content. They get to have their marquee show. They get to have Bleacher Report and House of Highlights, and they don't have to pay them any money. So realistically, this may have worked out in the best favor for Turner that it could have. Yeah, they cleaned up in this deal, man.
It sounds like a way better deal.
Yeah, but congratulations to those guys. All right, before we get into our next topic, we got spots on the show this week. We got sponsors, Rob.
Okay.
I want to start with our friends from Manscaped. Manscaped, who we have a long-standing relationship with our friends at Manscaped. We've been working with them for a long time, since I think the start of Shaq's show in 2015. They were one of the original sponsors. So I love that they are getting on board with us because Manscaped, they're good people, man. They're an amazing product, and now they have their latest masterpiece, the Chairman Pro Package, and this is a next-level shave for your face. It is gorgeous, by the way. It is like a high-quality facial trimmer. It is beautiful. And if you head to manscaped.com, you can join over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. And by using the code BIGSHOTBOB, you get 20% off and free shipping.
And if you got a great beard like Harper, the Chairman Pro is armed with not one, but two interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. The skin-safe 4-blade for when you want that baby bottom smooth. Baby bottom smooth.
Nobody on this show does the baby bottom smooth, though. Yeah.
And the skin-safe stubble trimmer for when you want to keep some stubble, but clean it up a bit.
Yeah, that's probably my go-to. Yeah, keep it short, keep it neat. You know what I mean? Harp's got the Harden. He's got the Harden going, so his requires a little bit more care. The Chairman Pro, by the way, is also waterproof, which means you can use it in the shower. It simplifies cleanup, too, which is always nice. And most of Manscaped's products are good underwater, so if you want to use them in the shower, it's always a good way to do it. A quick rinse under the sink, and you're all set. It just isn't for daily shaves either. It's powerful enough to tackle up to 5-day growth. Maybe not Harp growth, but 5-day growth, making it perfect for whether you're shaving every day or just tidying up after a few days.
The package also includes the Power Shave Gel to get that ultimate wet shave experience. It's packed with skin-soothing ingredients that defend against redness, irritation, and is dermatologist tested for sensitive skin.
I like
That's
that.
most important to me. If it's not tested by a dermatologist, who wants it, right?
Yeah.
And to finish it off, we've got the Face Shave Soother. It's designed to help reduce redness and defend against ingrown hairs and razor bumps.
That's something Manscaped's always very good at, too, by the way. They don't just give you the razor or the tools. They also give you the gels and the salves and the balms and everything that comes with it. So it's kind of like an all-in-one package. You get the Chairman Pro package today. You can experience a shave that is smooth as you deserve. Get 20% off plus free shipping. We said it earlier with the code BIGSHOTBOB at manscaped.com.
That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code BIGSHOTBOB at manscaped.com.
Manscaped.com. Love those people, man. I'm very happy that they're part of our show. Longtime friends.
Yep.
Great people.
Yeah.
Good products, too, man.
I'm waiting on mine in the mail as we speak.
Love it.
Tell them to ship one my way.
They ain't shaving your face. No. They ain't, no, you can get the other products from Manscaped, but they ain't going to send you that face shaver. Look at that beard.
Yeah, no, but I'm
You got to
something.
trim it up, though.
Yeah, I can trim it up a
Okay,
bit.
all right.
Got to keep it. It's like manicure. It's like the yard. You keep your yard manicure. You may not cut it all the way, but you keep it manicured.
Well, sometimes you got to scalp the yard down to bare bones, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are other areas that you may just scrape all the way down to bare bones, and Manscaped is good for that, too. I have that. I have the Manscaped 2.0 that I use still today. So,
And I got to tell you that bare bones is a probably apt description of what some of the Manscaped products do.
all I'm going to tell you is Manscaped, me and Manscaped have been good for quite some time, and I still use the products, and I will continue
Me too.
to use the products.
Me too. For a very long time. They really are good people. Did you watch the Tyson Paul fight?
Yeah, I watched that garbage.
Yeah,
That was
I watched
a
that
whole
BS.
hot load of trash, man. From the Netflix issues, which were like, I giggle because it's like, did you guys not realize that 60 million people were going to try and use your service at the same time when this was announced? Okay, no, I guess not. Do you buy into any of the conspiracy that it was rigged?
No. I buy into the conspiracy that Tyson, when he hit his ass one good hard time in the first round, Jake Paul like, oh shit, this motherfucker still got some power behind his punches. And he kind of starts shorting his punches. And he was like, he's like, don't hit me no more, Mike. I'm giving you 10 million. Don't hit me no more. And for me, I was just shocked by, Mike's, I know he was almost 60 years old. I'm just shocked by his stamina compared to when him and Roy Jones fought. He was a little bit younger and he looked like he got tired quicker. And I know it was 2-minute rounds, but think about it. He's what, 50, what, 7?
59, I think, actually.
Oh, he's 59?
Yeah, I think he's almost 60.
Shit.
No, he's 58.
58, yeah. I
58.
mean, like, he's just shy of 60.
Yeah. So I big up to him to able to get in there, even just do that. Because I don't know if any of y'all ever boxed. Man, boxing just
Exhausting.
that's exhausting. It's a
Exhausting.
very hard sport, a very, very tough sport. It's a really good challenge, though.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot. I went down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole this week on this. I did, because like you see one video and they're like, watch what he does. And like Tyson lays into him and he hits him like 2-3 times. And then Paul like lays up on him. And you can see like he's tapping him on his shoulder a little bit. And then Mike kind of nods and backs off. And then for the next 7 rounds, basically just stood there with his hands up. And didn't, I mean, like that was the thing that threw me was you watch these Tyson training videos.
Uh-huh.
And he's lighting that bag up, man. He's in there. And I don't think he got, I mean, the first round, maybe round and a half, you got some of that.
Yeah.
But the next, 6.5 rounds, he just stood there getting hit. I think there was one round that I think he threw 5 or 6 punches.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you're in the ring for 2 minutes. How have you not thrown more than 5 punches? It's just this.
Yeah.
It was just this for
And
7 rounds.
And why did he keep biting his glove? I'm like, did you see that?
Yeah, they were talking
I was
about
like-
that too. I don't know what that was
It's
about.
like a nervous tick or something. Like I'm gonna do. It's like a reminder. Bite your glove to remind not to bite his ear.
not to go-
Bite your glove, to remind not to whip his ass.
It was a placebo. Bite the glove. Bite the glove. Get it out of your system. That was the meme that was going around this week. Was when him and Jake Paul did their little their weigh in and they got into it. And Jake Paul was wearing an earring, and then there was a meme that was like a fish looking at a bait hook, like. You're gonna take a big chunk and bite out of that thing. You just dangle it out in front of
I'm
him.
gonna be real honest with you. I think Mike got more hits in when they were facing off on the stage than when he did in the ring when he
No, he
slapped him.
did. He smacked him good too. on
Like
that
I'm not
stage,
understanding, bro. Okay, you smacked him at the little face off, but bro, you're supposed to do that in the ring too.
Oh, look,
I'm not.
No, Mike got what, 20 mil?
Yeah.
Jake Paul got paid, I think, like 40.
40. Yeah, I think because
So-
yeah.
You think they give half a shit what anybody thinks about how that fight went?
Not at all. I wouldn't. I wouldn't give a
care
shit at
either.
all. But you know how they were showing highlights of Mike. You remember when he lost to Buster Douglas? How he looked like he was not there.
Yeah.
That's how he looked in this fight, like he was not there, like that he was over medicated or something. He was just like going through the motions. So he looked, even in the interview when they show it, and he showed everybody his ass.
That was the best part of the whole night for me. Mike didn't care. He got assless chaps on backstage. I was like, good for you, buddy. Good for you. Hang that ass out there, bud. I don't know. It was a lot of build up and kind of a big letdown for me. You know,
I'll say this,
which is most of these fights, but
I don't ever want to see Mike in the ring again. I don't.
no, it's okay, man. It's okay.
I just want to remember him as the Iron Mike that we all remember him by.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to enter a ring again. I'm not saying, look, and I'm going to put it to you like this. All regular people and civilians, I don't care what you saw in that ring versus Jake Paul. That does not give you a license that when you see Mike Tyson, you try Mike Tyson. Because he'll knock your ass out for free.
It won't cost a dime. Well, it may cost him a dime on the other side.
Right.
He'd knock your ass out.
But depending on how much you piss him off, it might be worth it to him.
Yeah.
That does not give you a license to try him. Well, he ain't hit Jake Paul, so he won't hit me. All right, try him.
Well, Jake Paul paid him $20 million. So that's why he didn't hit Jake Paul. But
That's just one of those PSAs for anybody that starts to feel froggy and want to leave. Don't.
Want to take a shot at Mike. I guess let's talk about the Lakers real quick. I don't want to get too far into it, but Anthony Davis continues to dominate. Last 7 games for him, man. 31-14, 40-12, 21-14, 22-4, 31-9, 39-9, 38-11. That's like a double-double machine like the last 2 weeks, it seems like. And LeBron, I continue to shake my head at LeBron James. He is 39 years old. That joker is going to be 40 in a month. And he is still one of, if not the best player in every game he's in on the floor, which is bananas to me at 39. Nuts to me. And he hit that game winner the other night. And I'm just like, God bless, man.
Triple doubles. You got 4 in a row?
Yeah, 4 in a row. 4 triple doubles in a row for him. And I'm like, you think that when you hit that age in a game like this, it's a young man's game. He is still continues to perform at the top of his game. Which is
and
nuts.
the crazy part about it is, look, when if LeBron wanted to, he could, I ain't gonna say trick the American public, but he could tell everybody, listen, this is what I eat every day. This is what I do every day. And he can come out with this whole how to live younger plan.
You want him to Tom Brady this thing.
Yeah, think about it. If he comes out with this, think about it. No, if this is not a slap and turn. LeBron's doing way more than Tom Brady. Tom Brady, even though he got hit by a linebacker or something, he's probably gonna be crumbled forever. But LeBron's running up and down his damn court. He's still jumping like he was when he was 22, 32. He's still getting up there. I tell him, that's about $1 billion plan right there. If he comes out with, hey, this is what I eat, this is what I do. Think about that, man. Because everybody gonna say, shit. LeBron, I know it's God given and there's a lot of genetics, but still though, people are gonna try to be like LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else really to. I think there's so many. There's only so many words I can have for LeBron, and I think I've said them all. It's nothing short of amazing what he's doing,
dude. At his age, man.
But what we're saying, what I think is more important, is what Anthony Davis is doing, and this is what we've been expecting him to do. So anytime somebody will say like AD is dominating, it's almost kind of like saying fire is hot. Water is wet. There's a debate there about.
I was going to say, is water really wet?
But you know what I mean. The common, everybody will say, "Duh, he's supposed to." This is what AD is. If this is going to be your team, and you're going to tell people to get the heck out the way, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's been supposed to look like this for quite some time now.
Yeah, I'm glad it is though. I'm glad it is. The one thing too.
Think about it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And the 21 and 22 points was when he got poked in the eye. He couldn't see that well. So
that's
think
right.
about that didn't happen.
That's where that fell. Yeah, but he still pulled down 14 boards on one of those nights. He couldn't see. He got one eye. Enjoy the victory with one friggin' eye.
Rob, one more thing before you move forward.
Yeah,
Rob, one thing that I did notice, or that I have noticed outside of the, he's playing through being poked in the eye, which I think in the past he may have sat out a couple of games. Also, if I'm not mistaken, is it him that has like plantar fasciitis?
Yes.
AD?
And I've never had it, but from people I know who've had it, they say that stuff hurts.
It hurts.
So the fact that he has that and is still playing, I got to tip my hat to AD, because there are a lot of things that he's battling right now that maybe 2 seasons ago he'd be sitting out right now.
And I think with him is, if I had a little piece of advice I could give him, and I've had plantar fasciitis before, stop changing shoes. When you change shoes, it messes up your arch.
Really?
And so, yeah. And because each shoe is not made, I know he might have orthotics or what it is, and he keeps putting in it, but it's still the way the shoe has formed to your foot. Stop changing shoes, and that will help. And that, to me, the worst part about plantar fasciitis is when it gets cold. When it gets cold, you got to warm that bitch up where it hurts. But yeah, so he just got to do that.
Do we want to speak to the Bronny of it all before we move on?
Nah.
Oh, actually, no. Yeah, let's get Bronny. But I did find this funny. What a difference a week makes for D'Lo, huh?
Yeah.
D'Lo now playing well off the bench, and now here comes, ready? This is my favorite storyline of the week. Well, we don't want to trade him now. He's fitting in perfect where we got him now. That's like when I would sit at the table with my daughter and be like, I love broccoli, man. Oh, I'm gonna eat all this broccoli. I'm glad you don't want any. I'm gonna eat it all myself, trying to get her to eat broccoli. Yeah. Sorry, man.
This is the time you trade him.
Yes. Now he's got value.
Hey, let me just say, the first time I got traded, Sam and Robert are the backbone of our team. They're our future. 2 days later, Sam and Robert are
Sam and Robert the backbone of somebody else's team now because they don't play here no more.
Dude, don't believe that shit. That's just a way for teams like, that's a dangle of the carrot, like you said, man. Like people like, they don't want to trade him now? That must mean they know something we don't know. No, the motherfucker just, he trying to get his spot back. That's why his ass playing good.
All right, we're gonna skip Ronnie. I just don't think there's a lot to talk about there. I put it on the sheet because it's like a huge topic this week. Everybody's kind of taking a dump on Bronny in the G League because he's not playing well. But I feel like everybody probably struggles in the G League, and that's why you're in the G League. But there's a humongous spotlight on him because his last name is James. So
yeah, that's the bad part about it. It's like the dude can't take a shit without somebody want to know about it. So,
oh man, and he struggled with that one. Oh, that was a tough one. Like, no, just let him work it out, man. He's obviously trying to work through some stuff. Let him work it out. All right, one more thing before we get to our friends at Uncommon Goods who are back with us this week. LaMelo. I'll play the audio. Joker got fined $100,000 for this.
You said that last play when he took the shot? Yeah, we loaded up. No homo. That's what we wanted. Put the hand up.
We loaded up. No homo. That's what we wanted. I mean...
Well, hold on. What was the $100,000 fine in that?
He can't say no homo.
Using offensive and derogatory terminology toward the homosexual community.
Who was it for the Brooklyn Nets? That happened to them too. They said no homo. I think it was D'Lo or someone said it, and he got fined. So it was like once you say it, NBA's gonna come down hard on you about that. So
gotcha.
$100,000 though.
Yeah, that
really seems steep. Now I'm not defending. It was done as a passing joke. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's not like he went out and just said, I'm going to take a shot at someone. I'm going to say some really defamatory shit. No, I think he just said it as a passing joke. Like we would say pause or, any of that stuff. But
off the record.
Yeah, exactly. Any of that. But $100,000 felt excessive to me.
Well, no, $100,000 is just to send it around the league because you got to think about so many of these guys now. I was thinking about when Tariq Evans was talking to the cop. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you saying? You can't use slang. Everybody don't know your slang. Yeah. Everybody don't know your slang. And so you just can't use your slang when you're talking to, like a reporter or whoever it may be, because they don't understand what you're saying. And I think this has become a part of, one of those. I don't even think they say no homo no more, do they? They say no Diddy now, right? Or something. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in that world.
If they don't, they should. That's funny.
I'm not in that world, and so you got to understand, you got to be able to speak, accordingly. So you don't get fined like this. And I think the NBA is saying, you know what? We're going to nip this shit in the bud right now. We're going to send out a hefty fine. You the poster boy this week, LaMelo. So get that 100K. I'm sure Puma, whoever his shoe company pay it for him. He all right.
And
no, he's going to be okay. It's just, yeah.
You got to take into consideration the reason why that fine is so hefty, because the LGBT community, that's a large community. And the NBA, you may have a lot of business partners and people who spend a large amount of money and who are sponsors and endorsers of the NBA who are also part of that community. And that could be deemed as offensive, not just to your fans and viewers, but it's offensive to them as what you're offending the money.
Yeah.
That money comes from everywhere. And once you start doing stuff that can affect the money, they're going to take the money from you, and they're going to take a lot of it. Now, $100,000 to people who make millions, but when we see $100,000 outside of Rob, when we see $100,000,
Rob's making NBA ref money. He don't
I'm
give
talking
a
about me. Look, I'm talking about me and Jenners.
Yeah.
When Jenners and I see $100,000 being taken out, we're gonna have a heart attack and a stroke at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hey, I'm the same way, man. I'm still hurting from that $60K they took from my check one time for that Steve Nash bump. I'm still hurting from that.
Yeah, I understand. Taking $60K out of a couple of million would hurt.
A lot of personal money attached this week on the show, I feel like, but I don't know.
Only saving grace was no state tax.
No state tax. No state tax.
Hey, it's a lot of pocket watching on this show today.
A lot of it. And look, man, look. All right, so here's the deal. The holidays are coming up. I will get you the no state tax shirt for Christmas. It is coming. I'm going to get it made. It's going to be a big outline of the state of Texas. Just going to say no state tax on it. And you have to wear it. But what size shirt do you wear?
XXX.
XXX. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was always the hang when I was like, I'll get somebody a shirt or I'll get some custom shirts made for people. Getting the right size.
Wow, you wear a XXX?
3XLT.
He's a big
I forget
bitch.
she's like 16. Yeah, you're like 6'9", 16.
Yeah,
That's
he's
true.
Because even though it'd be too diameter-wise, it's too big, but lengthwise, it
You're vertically challenged, not horizontally.
Yeah.
challenged.
That felt like a shot at me, but okay, that's fine.
Rob, you don't wear a 3X.
All right. Look, man. So that would be like an unconventional gift, right? Maybe something that's a little outside the box. So if you're bored of regular, boring gifts for people this year that you find online that people buy every year, we have a great partner on this show. They've been with us for about a month or so now. We love them. They're Uncommon Goods and uncommongoods.com. Maybe spark something a little uncommon this holiday season with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods.
Yeah, the busy holiday season is upon us, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with the incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. They scour the globe for original, handmade, absolutely remarkable things.
Yeah, no, and they do. You'll spend like hours on their site. There's so much cool stuff, and it's not like the normal everyday stuff. I told you that my daughter got that really cool little inkless printer. She loves it, but it's a cool unconventional gift. Maybe something a little more different than the stuff you see all the time. And this is definitely the place to do it. It's all unique. It's all one of a kind for people who maybe want something outside the ordinary.
That's because when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent business. Many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season.
Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and like Rob said, often handmade by local small businesses. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere, and yes, even gifts you can personalize.
And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They donated more than $3 million to this date.
I love that, man. And if you want to get 15% off your next gift, you just go to uncommongoods.com/bigshotbob. That's uncommongoods.com/bigshotbob for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. And on this show, that holds true more than ever. James Harden made a little history this week.
Second all time in three-pointers made.
I didn't know he was that close to being number 2. He surpassed Ray Allen. I was actually kind of surprised by that.
Them Houston days, he shot like 40 a game.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess when you shoot as much as he does, does that do anything for you for James Harden? Does it change his legacy in any way? I don't think it does, right?
I don't think it does because James is who he is. I think he's going to be him. What would really change his legacy if he's able to carry this Clipper team further with no Paul George.
Less pieces,
of course. Yeah. Now that would be, a defining, moment for his career if he's able to take this team. Even though don't get me wrong, they got some good pieces over there. They beat the Warriors last night.
They're playing all right.
They're playing good. So if James can carry this team to the playoffs, everybody's going to look at him in a totally different light, I think.
A team that's also playing all right. How about the unbeaten Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah.
At 15-0, they tie the Rob's Rockets.
Man, I've done more interviews this week than I ever have about talking about that.
Are you kidding?
I am not lying.
Wow. Why? People want to talk about the Rockets?
Record. I'm like, well, we don't really count. You should be talking about the Warriors who went 24-0.
Well, yeah, the Warriors 2015, 2016 started off 24-0. They obliterated the record, but it's the 30th anniversary of the Rockets championships, and now here come the Cleveland Cavaliers. And by the way, they did the 15 on a night that they sat Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
So it just goes to show you that Cleveland's got pieces, man. I mean, it's him. It's a big part of it's him. But I think that they are finally really figuring out how to make that wheel turn with everybody.
Yeah, I think when Donovan Garland's like his eyes light up like, ooh,
it's like Christmas
I get 10
morning.
more shots. Because think about it, he was an all-star and he still got the game, and the way they use him Mobley now is the key. And we all know what Allen's going to do. He's that eraser that they got when anytime they make a mistake on the perimeter. But this is a good team. They're shockingly better than what I thought they were going to be. Now, I always thought they was going to be a playoff-bound team, but the way they're playing, with their benches playing, and they still mixing with what's his name, Max Strauss? Is he back yet?
I don't know if Strauss is back yet.
So they got a good team, man.
Yeah, Darius Garland scored 25. Ty Jerome career high 24 in the night that Donovan was out. So here's the question for you. Ready? The 2015-2016 Warriors 24-0. The 93-94 Rockets, obviously we talked about 15-0. And the 1948-1949 Washington Capitals, a team full of white people. Had to be, right? The 40s. 15-0, all made the NBA Finals. So if you've started 15-0 in the NBA, you have made the NBA Finals. Do you? What? You have a caveat? What?
But only one team won it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
because that was 15-16 Warriors with a team that lost to LeBron.
Yeah,
I can't speak to the 48 Washington Capitals, a team full of white people.
When you the ball boy then?
Yeah, I might have been.
Damn, he said you old.
He ain't wrong. My back tells me that every morning when I get up. Shit, you're old. Damn. I'm not quite that old, but you think the Cavs are finals bound at least, maybe? Because every team that started this well has made the NBA Finals. Not have won it, but at least have gotten there.
We were. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be honest. We were lucky that year that Seattle got bounced by Denver, because I don't know what had happened in that series. Seattle was like our biggest nemesis. They were like, oof. They were just hard to beat with Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, Derek McKee, and that crew.
What year was that for y'all?
94. Yeah. 93, 94. But I look at this Cavs team, and I think the true test would be after watching them play the Celtics tonight, because we all know what the Celtics can do.
Yeah.
And so the way they play, you rested Donovan Mitchell just for this point, which which is a big pet peeve to me. If you rest a guy for no injury, he should have 1/82nd of his contract taken away. And so you've rested him. Now you're going to go into this game fully powered, fully ready to go. So we'll see how this goes.
All right. Interesting. I'm continually amazed by the implosion of the Philadelphia 76ers. They are 2-11, tied for dead last in the East. Joel Embiid has played 3 games, all of them losses. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess in Philly. The whole bully Paul George thing has not gone well. I think they're 1-7 in those games with Paul George. So it's like what the hell does Philly do? How do you right this ship? Because this is just starting to get out of hand. Yeah, but this is not like, oh, we're struggling. This is like, oh, we are tied for dead last in the East 13, 14 games into the season.
Man, you look at this Philly team, and I think when you go into the season, you say, okay, we're gonna have a healthy Embiid, a healthy Paul George, a healthy Tyrese Maxey. We got a good ass team, but all of a sudden you start the season off with no Embiid, and everybody's scratching their head like, this dude just played in the Olympics. How the hell is he not healthy? And then you get Paul George to hyperextend his knee. Then you get Tyrese Maxey to hyperextend his knee. I mean, messed up his groin. Well, no, his hamstring. I'm so sorry, hamstring. And so now you look at this team, and you look at that bench. You're like, ooh, this bench is boo-boo. And, this bench is nobody on this bench that can really replace any of these guys that are out. If that's like taking a 100% of a guy and then replacing with a 20% of that guy. And it's no disrespect. It's just what it is. Those guys are that dynamic. When you talk about those three for that team, with them not being there, this just is a bottom of the barrel team.
It's over.
The process is officially ended.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap this travesty up. When the leader of your franchise, who has never really been very healthy, supremely talented when he's on the floor, we know what he can do. There's no one's taking anything away from Joel Embiid when it comes to the dynamic player that he is. But I don't care what you are if you're not available on a consistent basis. And he's already set the precedent coming into this year. Hey, guess what, guys? In order to cut back on my injuries, I don't think I'm going to play back-to-backs. Okay, cool. As if the game that you do play in, you still can't get hurt. But never mind that. But when you also bring in another guy like Paul George, as dynamic as a talent as he is, and how much I adore his game. I love his game. But he's also a guy that has missed a lot of games over the last few seasons. He hyperextended his knee in preseason and has been out. And I think he should be coming back. Oh, and plus, your young guy, Tyrese Maxey, as talented as he is coming back off of injury. So your three main guys are all injured. And your key piece in Joel Embiid is injury prone altogether, and it's said he's not gonna play back-to-backs. Wrap this thing up in Philly, and y'all figure out what y'all gonna do moving forward, because this ain't gonna work.
Hold on, wait a minute. Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
All your stars are injured, and you've convinced your city to build a new arena. You're the Clippers. You are the Clippers. You are the Clippers. Let that sink in for a minute. You have Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey, and you are the Clippers.
But you know what? This is the thing. And Philly will still make the playoffs. People.
They will?
They think about it. I think it was in, what's the year I got kicked off the Suns? We started that season off 0-12, 13, and they ended up still making the playoffs. And I think Philly can still make the playoffs because you got to think. You look at the Eastern Conference standings right now, and it's not like the West.
No, you're right. There's a lot more parity in the East, except for maybe Boston and Cleveland at the top. And then everything else down from there is,
Yeah, all you have to do is go on like 5-game winning streak, 7-game winning streak, and you back up there in the 7th or 8th spot.
Well, no, but here's the thing, though. You got to do that sooner rather than later, though, because the further this gets away from you, the harder that's going to be. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying there's still a possibility. Let everybody get healthy and put that big three on the court at the same time. Anything is possible, man. You think about it. Think about that Rockets team that went on that 27, 28-game winning streak, and I haven't looked at the Sixers schedule. But that Rockets schedule, when they ran off all the games, they had a bunch of weak teams in there. And then you start playing these weak teams. You start building that confidence. Everything starts clicking. The bench starts playing well. And you roll into when you play like team like like Milwaukee, like the Celtics, you sneak that win. And then you go through that lull of sorry teams again. Anything is possible. So I still think they'll make the playoffs. So I ain't throwing the baby out with the bathwater just yet.
All right.
Because the East is weak.
Yeah, no, you've got a point. All right, so just for the sake of looking at it, the Sixers are at the Grizzlies tomorrow night. Then they got the Nets at home, the Clippers at home, the Rockets at home, who the Rockets we're going to talk about in a second are playing really well right now. Then they go to Detroit. Then they got the Hornets, the Magic, and the Bulls. That's like their next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So there's winnable games in there. I mean, Detroit's playing better, but they're not a great team. The Hornets are okay. The Bulls are struggling. I don't know. How are the Magic right now? I don't know. Are the Magic? I haven't. I've not looked at Orlando.
I know Paolo is still out.
He's still out.
They're not that good without Paolo. Okay. You know, they're still struggling without
So there's
him.
winnable games in here, but I'll tell you what, the Rockets, 9-3 in their last 12.
Yeah.
Playing real well. I mean,
should have won last night.
Yep, should have won last night, and let that one sneak away from you. But yeah, I mean, the only losses they've had down the stretch here were the Warriors, OKC, and then last night to the Bucks, which Dame hit the game winner. But those are no slouch teams. The Warriors are playing real well. OKC's playing really well. It's good for them. They're number 3 seed in the West right now. The Rockets, the number 3 seed in the West, is crazy for a young Rockets team.
They're playing really, really well. You know, you look at they've had a very favorable schedule. You know, and then they went out and beat this. You know, we talked about it. They beat the Warriors. They lost to the Warriors, and then they lost to the Bucks. But everybody else, you think about it. You look at that. You look at who they played, and this is no diss to the Rockets.
No,
but
you're right though. Those are all teams they should beat.
There's all teams they should beat, and then the question: you should have beat the Bucks last night. Thunder. We know Thunder. They'll probably win the West. And you beat the Spurs, whose Spurs are up and down. You beat the Knicks, who's still trying to figure their team out. And you beat the Mavericks, which is, to me, is probably one of the best wins you've done all season. So outside of the Knicks. But if you look at this team, this is the same thing they started out last season. They started out with a favorable schedule. But when you get into the thick of things, are you able to carry this tenacity over into the thick of things? Because right now, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, we good," and you sort of sit back on the high hill and say, and look down at everybody and say, "Oh, we that good." Are you really that good? Are you able to still stay within the system that Ime has put out there and play good defense and shine? So I'm still waiting for these guys to play like a stretch of good teams to see how they do against them before I pass my judgment on how good this team really is.
Okay.
Yep.
Good call. All right, a couple more quick things, and we're gonna get to our game. Josh Okogie, flop of the year. The flop against Randall on the game winner on the buzzer beater.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, goodness. I mean, like, stepped
That's
into
what
him.
he said he traveled.
Yeah, that was the knock. But the step in, and then, like, Randall moves off of him, and he didn't even go near him. Like, he didn't even brush him. And dude just fell down, and Randall's like, all right, well, I'm just go ahead and time this one up. Just take a nice, clean shot, and he drained it. Yeah. And I didn't see the travel. I went back and watched it, and I saw it after I watched it. I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't see it. When you watch it in real time, you don't really notice it. But flop of the year. Good job, Josh Okogie. And yeah, and then that's pretty much it for this week. Is there anything else on here that you guys want to tackle? I am going to skip audio of the week because it is wildly offensive.
Hey, Rob, I don't know, how close have you been looking at as we wind down the college football season? How you been looking at what the playoff situation could be looking like?
You know, I have been, and it's wild.
There's chaos.
It's chaos, and I love it because you got to really see what is the biggest game to me this weekend is Ohio State, Indiana.
Yes.
Indiana going to have to either like stay close. If Indiana gets blown out, then a lot of things are going to be in favor of FSC. But if they keep it close, they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, what are we going to do now?" Because SMU has been the 5th spot. It's just the craziest thing. I think the biggest mistake they ever did was giving the power conferences, you can go 1, 2, 3,
first
and 4.
round bye, yeah.
Yes, you should make motherfuckers. We fighting. The top 4 get buys. The rest of you fit in what you get in. So, and I think that's where they messed up.
Well, no, because they had to make the conference championship mean something. Otherwise, conference championships don't mean shit.
They should really throw that out because think about this. Let's say if you got Alabama, Ole Miss getting ready to play in a conference championship. Now one of those teams loses. Now they got 3 losses. They automatically
Georgia
out.
going to sneak right in.
Yeah, and that's my whole point. It's not fair because you should get rid of conference championship because of the way the playoffs are made now. Because you go a team that's deservingly so to be in there is going to get knocked out if they got 3 losses.
And that's one of the fears that even Lane Kiffin was speaking on today. Like he said, he had talked to other coaches around the conference and even around the nation. Like What if I'm a team that's in the title game with 2 losses and I lose the SEC championship game? Well, then it's like I'm getting punished for losing the championship game that I'm in.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so now
You had to
that's a
play, and
third
you had to
loss.
play an extra game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's an extra game on your schedule. But I figure that's why they give it the weight. But yeah, I mean the loser, you're almost in a no-win situation there. But you know what? That's why you don't lose to Vanderbilt, Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Well,
that's why
let's
that
say if it's-
matters.
Well, let's say if it's Ole Miss and Georgia, and Georgia loses to Alabama, Georgia loses to Tennessee.
No,
They lost.
They lost to
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss,
Ole
they lost to
Miss.
Ole Miss, yeah.
You lost to 2. Alabama was ranked 5. Ole Miss was ranked like 5. You lose those, and you go into let's play Texas A&M. The fucking quarterback goes off, and you lose. Now you got 3 losses. Texas A&M has 1.
Yeah, you're out.
You out, and
You're
that's
out.
not fair
As a
because
3-loss team, you're out.
And
I'm
think
gonna
about
put it to you like
Georgia
this.
has the number 1 strength of schedule in the freaking country.
They've played more. They've played more
Yes.
top teams than I think Ole Miss, Miami, Notre Dame, and like 2 or 3 others put together.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Florida had the toughest schedule in the country.
No. Mm-mm.
Florida had the toughest schedule in November. They played.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
played a
okay.
gauntlet of teams. In
Yeah,
November.
they did. But you're right. And what I think is going to end up happening, especially I think in the SEC more so than in the Big Ten. And it might happen in the Big Ten from time to time. But I think the SEC is going to consistently run into problems because you're going to have teams, a bunch of teams that are going to be ranked, a bunch of teams that are going to be worthy. And one of those teams out of the 2 that get to the conference championship are going to lose, are going to be a 3-loss team. And guess what?
You're out.
They're still going to get into the playoff.
What?
Yes. One of these years, they're going to have a 3-loss SEC because that third
light the
loss is
world
gonna
on
come
fire.
into the-
People are gonna lose their minds.
It's
You
gonna
put
happen.
3 losses.
Well, light
it on
team
fire.
to play. Oh my god.
It's going to happen because we're going to 16 teams, and so it's going to happen. You can't help
Well, even with 12.
Yeah,
It's going to happen because how many you're only going to have one team come out of the Big 12, and that's the Big 12 champion. You're going to have whatever other team outside of the group of 5. So you got Boise State is the undefeated team right now. So they're going to be in. The SEC, the ACC is only going to have one team. If SMU can hold on, I think SMU is in the ACC, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
So
they would get the number 5 spot, so they would have to play.
Right. Miami
Yeah.
would get, I think, the 3 or the 4 seed if they win out, and they've
No,
got.
SMU would get the 4 spot. My bad. SMU would get 4
because
spot.
they'd be
Yeah.
a conference champion.
And then Miami moved
if-
down to 3.
If they, yeah.
No, Miami
No.
may be out.
Miami's gonna have to play in the ACC. If Miami wins out, they have who they have, Syracuse and somebody else, Wake Forest, I think. They're probably gonna beat both those teams. They will go to the ACC championship game against probably SMU.
SMU.
If they lose to SMU,
They're out.
they are a 2-loss ACC team,
And that's out.
and they're
Because then you
probably
look
going to
at
be
strength of
out.
schedule. Yes. Like I said,
And a
for a lot of
3-loss SEC team gets in ahead of them.
yes,
I think
If it's Georgia.
that sucks.
So if the 3, so right, hold on, Janice. If the 3-loss team, would you rather see a 2-loss Miami in or a 3-loss Georgia team in?
Well, 3-loss Georgia team's a better team.
Yeah.
They're a better
And plus,
team.
Miami should have lost 2 games this year. They had to pull out against opponents that weren't even ranked.
Well,
so
no-
that's what they're going to be
Yes.
probably going to look at.
But here's the other thing too, though. Yes, Georgia's a bit, but Georgia really in the first half of the Alabama game looked lost. I mean, they didn't even look like they were on the same, and they got boat raced by Ole Miss. That wasn't like a close loss. They got cooked. So that has to have some weight too.
It does. But I also would say that
But then they came out and beat Texas, and then they beat Tennessee, and yeah. So then you go, well, okay, those are quality losses,
guess what?
except for the fact that Ole Miss lost to Kentucky.
Miami-
So let's not talk about that.
Yeah, if you're Miami, don't lose to Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, no, that's a
Yeah. They gonna
Sorry.
lose to
and
Georgia Tech.
that's the biggest L Miami's going to have to carry with them. Yeah, because like you said, Rob, they barely survived against Cal. They had to fist fight their way out of the Duke game, and then they lost to Georgia Tech.
And they had to
should've
fist
lost that
fight their
game to
way.
Cal.
Hey,
They absolutely
Miami
should have lost the Tech game or the Cal game.
Miami should have lost the game. Y'all forget about Virginia Tech. It came down to the
Virginia Tech
last
was a
game.
fist fight.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and it was the overturned call at the end of the game. Yeah,
Exactly.
So yeah, no, Miami's had a struggle, but I do love the chaos. I'll take the chaos all day.
Yeah, I know.
I love the
So
chaos.
Miami this year is the Florida State of last year.
They're going to get left out. First one's out.
Except they're healthy.
Yeah.
And I promise you, whether it be this year or years down the line, there will be a 3-loss SEC team in the college football playoff.
All right, let's do a Big Shot of the Week, then we're going to play this week's game. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to an Atlanta resident. Guy lives here in the ATL. His name's Dylan Betts. Here's why. A Georgia homeowner named David McConnell was taking a nap in his Winterville home the other night. When he heard a noise in his kitchen, it woke him up, and then the fire alarm went off. He jumped out of bed to find thick smoke had engulfed his entire home. The damn guy's house caught on fire while he was taking a nap. Betts was on his way home, drove by the fire, stopped, raced up to the house, kicked in the back door, and helped get this guy out of his house. Dude was just driving home. Saw a fire, ran up, and heard a guy inside, kicked down a door, and got him out. When he was asked why he would stop on his way home to risk his life to save a stranger, he said, "Why not? That's America." Damn. Big shot of the week to you, sir, because in my America, I'm like, oh, that sucks. I should probably call somebody as I drive by.
I know, right? It's like you sit back and you probably slow down to a slow creep and like, I hope ain't nobody in there, and you keep going because so many people put themselves before anything because you don't know if you're rushing there. As soon as you're rushing there, something explodes or whatnot. So that's a big up to him, man, putting his life on the line like
that's
that.
That's huge. Yeah. The guy whose life he saved gave him tickets to the Georgia-Tennessee game as a small thank you. I'm hoping this guy was a Georgia fan. Otherwise, that was a real shot in the ass. All right. Let's play this week's game. It's called Lucky 7. Since we were talking about Shaquille a bunch earlier in the show, and he's going to be joining us the next few weeks here, Inside the NBA Gets New Life, we're going to do a little homage here to Shaq's game show called Lucky 13. I just shortened it a little bit. We're going to call it Lucky 7. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to ask each of you a set of true or false questions. You just have to tell me if you think it's true or false. And then you have to guess of the 7 how many you think you got right. You're going to get 2 points for everyone you get right, and if you guess the right amount of questions, you're going to get a 5-point bonus. We'll see who wins. So we'll start with Rob. Okay?
All right.
Robert Ory.
Yes, sir.
Here's your Lucky 7. Question number 1. A is the most commonly used letter in the English language. True or false?
True.
Okay. Question number 2. In a deck of cards, the King of Hearts is the only king that has a mustache.
Oh, shit. Is it the King of Hearts? I'm going to say false.
Okay. Question number 3. When 2 numbers are on opposite sides of a dice are added together, they always equal 7.
False.
Okay. Question 4. Butterflies taste things with their wings.
I think they taste things with their legs, so I'm going to go false.
Okay. Number 5. Golf balls have exactly 336 dimples.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one quick.
Did. Question 6. A dog pants its tongue because it's sweating.
I know they use it. I'm going to go with true. I don't know if it's because of sweating, but I know it's true.
And the last question. Dinosaurs are the biggest animals to ever live on Earth.
False.
Okay. Now, of those 7, how many do you think you got right?
5.
You think you got 5 right. All right. Good. So, let's go through them. 2 points for every right answer. And if you got 5 right, you're going to get a 5-point bonus. So here we go.
Okay.
Question 1. A is the most commonly used letter in the English language. You said true. The answer is false. E is the most commonly used letter in the English language.
Yeah, because a lot of them are silent, I think.
Question number 2. In a deck of cards, the King of Hearts is the only king that has a mustache. You said false. The answer is false. The King of Spades, the King of Clubs, and the King of Diamonds all have mustaches. The King of Hearts is the only one that doesn't.
Because I remember that.
So that's a point for you.
Is that 2 points or 1 point?
That's one. It's you got one question right, but it's 2 points.
Okay.
Okay. You have to get 5 of these questions right to get your bonus.
Okay.
Question number 3. When two numbers on opposite sides of a dice are added together, they always equal 7. You said false. That answer is 100% true. If you have a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 6 and a 5 and a 2, they always equal 7. So you did not get that one. So you have to get all of these right now to get your 5-point bonus.
Fuck that.
Butterflies taste things with their wings. You said false. The answer was false. Yes, butterflies, you were right, taste things with their feet. They do. Question 5. Golf balls have exactly 336 dimples. You said true. The answer is false. All golf balls don't have the same number of dimples. They average between 3 and 500. But they're all different, so you didn't get that one. Sorry, buddy. So you're not going to get your 5-point bonus, but let's see if you get your last 2 right. A dog pants with its tongue because it's sweating. You said true. The answer is false. Dogs sweat through their paws. Dogs sweat through their paws. And then the final question, dinosaurs are the biggest animal to ever live on the earth. You said false. And the answer is false. It's blue whale. A blue whale can grow up to 100 feet and weigh more than 200 tons.
See, I knew that one.
So you got 4 questions right. You came 1 short of your lucky number. So you're going to get 8 points for the game. So that's not bad.
They say blue whales are the reason the ocean is salty. We'll address that later.
Wow. Okay. I was trying to figure out if it was a joke or you being factual or I don't know.
It's a joke.
Okay, you missed me on it. Yeah.
Is it enough of them out there to make all that water salty?
I've heard that joke, but people say sperm whales are the reason the ocean is salty. I've heard that joke. So,
Well, it was a sperm whale. I just knew it was one of those whales.
One of them whales. It's just letting them go in the ocean. All right, Harper, it's your turn. Here's your lucky 7. Question number 1. Sloths take 2 weeks to digest their food.
True.
Okay. Question number 2. Mushrooms are the most popular pizza topping in the United States.
I love mushrooms on my pizza.
I do too.
Dang. True.
Okay. Question 3.
Watch there be some shit like pineapple.
Yeah,
God, no. Please, no. Question 3. The process of creating honey involves bees vomiting.
Yes.
Bees vomiting?
Okay. Okay.
True.
All right, question 4. Boston hosted the first St. Patrick's Day parade. True or false?
False.
Okay. Cauliflower is the only vegetable that's also a flower.
The only vegetable that's also a flower. I'm going to say false.
Okay. 2 to go. Eating chicken on Christmas is a tradition in Japan. Hell, you giggling at?
True.
Okay.
Random.
Question
What
7.
was that question again? Eating
Question
chicken?
7. Eating chicken is a Christmas tradition in Japan.
Okay.
Harper said true. All right, last question. France is responsible for giving us French fries.
I think that's false.
All right.
That's a little trick one.
Of those 7, how many do you think you got right?
I know 3 you got wrong, dude.
Oh, don't know you're giving him his answer then, if you do that.
Well, I don't know which ones they are.
That's true.
How many do I think?
How many do you think you got right of the 7?
4.
All right, 4. If you got, you just limped into that. If you got,
No, because I said I know 3 of them he got wrong. He's
right,
Just
I was like, okay, so I could go 4. I guess I got the other ones right. All right, so we'll see. If you got 4 right, you get the 5-point bonus. So here we go. Question number 1: Sloths take 2 weeks to digest their food. You said true. The answer is in fact true. Yes, they have the slowest digestion of any mammal on the planet. There you go. Question 2: Mushrooms are the most popular pizza topping in the United States. You said true. And everybody's shaking their head. That answer is false. Pepperoni is the most popular pizza topping in the United States.
Makes sense. Okay.
All right. Question 3. The process of creating honey involves bees vomiting. You said true. That answer is false.
False.
Honeybees turn nectar into honey through an organ that is separate from their stomachs. So
I'm
it's nothing
sorry,
to do with
I
your
can't. I have not talked to a bee in a minute, so I'm sorry.
Glad you talked
Before
to the
I-
bees. I'm glad you talked to them, though.
Before
Isn't it the dirt daubers that throw up to make their little thing that they, their little brown, they chew it up and throw it up to make that little cone on the thing.
Oh, I don't know.
oh,
Yeah,
They
that's
might,
what throws
yeah.
up. Mhm.
In case you haven't heard, we haven't talked to a bee in a minute. So not 100% sure on that one. All right, so you've got 2 wrong. You can only get 1 more wrong if you want to hit your lucky number.
I got more than one more wrong.
I don't know. Here we go. Question number 4. Boston hosted the first St. Patrick's Day parade. You said false. The answer is true. The city hosted the very first St. Patrick's Day parade in 1737.
I thought that was a trick question.
So far you've gotten 3 wrong. You have to get the next 3 in a row right to hit your lucky number. If you do, you will beat Rob.
I thought the trick one was the Japanese question.
All right. Here we go. Question 5. Cauliflower is the only vegetable that's also a flower. You said false. The answer is false. Broccoli also fits that description. So that is a big correctamundo there for you.
I like both of them.
Got to get the next 2 right. Let's see how you feel about them.
Cauliflower mash. I love some cauliflower mash.
Dude, that's some good stuff.
What is that?
Oh, like okay, never mind.
Well, you
I'm not
just
gonna get
mash
into
it
how
like
you
mashed potatoes.
it's like
It's
cauliflower if you mash it down. It's like
Yeah,
puree
Let's move
almost.
on. I don't know why y'all do that. Let's move on.
It's good.
Because it's good that way.
I almost said that's white people shit, but I realized I didn't say that. So no,
That's healthy shit.
that's healthy shit. That's true.
Yeah.
That's healthy. That's people with bad heart shit. That's what that is. All right. Question 6. Eating chicken on Christmas is a tradition in Japan. You said true. The Japanese will often eat Kentucky Fried Chicken on Christmas. That is true. Boom, boom. So if you get this last question right, that's going to be a W for you, Hart, because you're going to get the 5-point bonus, and then Rob can't beat you. Question number 7. France is responsible for giving us French fries. You said false. Even though they are called French fries, they come from Belgium. That is absolutely false.
Boom.
That is a big score. You hit your lucky number, so your total comes out to 13. You beat Rob 13-8. Nice job. There you go.
I thought he was going to get the Japanese one. I was like, because I'm like,
Nah, that sounds too random to be false.
well, I thought she was going to say, I thought Christmas was a holiday mostly for, the United States. I didn't think Japan celebrated Christmas.
Well, I think we're the only country that celebrates Thanksgiving, obviously.
Is it Thanksgiving? Okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is because that shit didn't happen in Japan. they just ate fried chicken. They didn't give a shit. They were like, y'all are fighting? Go ahead, man.
So the white man didn't steal their land?
That's it, man. The white man stole the land from everybody, and we celebrate it with turkey. Figure that out.